Hey, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. Sort of. What's going on? What are we doing in game 4? I need to show off this amazing looking Twitch drop from Recruiter. Don't forget, the February Twitch drops will be available between February 5 to the 15th. For 10 whole days, 14 skins in total, 10 exclusive skins, 4 general drops. I'm pretty sure this will be an exclusive skin because, well, in a second you're going to find out how interesting it is. But first of all, its appearance. It was intended to be a desert-themed skin. It's got a lot of interesting details in regards to Brazil. It's apparently to do with Brazilian folklore. Brazilians, please correct me. Comment below. But yeah, made in Brazil. Why? Lots of decorations, looking pretty sweet. But that's not the most interesting detail in regards to this skin. Boop. Uh-oh. Well then. Yeah. So that's a pretty interesting looking MP5 that everybody would be able to get for absolutely free. Does that cost $4? No, it's free. It's free. It's absolutely free. So why is this such a problem? Well, currently in the Rust store, we have a certain MP5, don't we? And we did a comparison to another certain MP5. Oh, yeah. So, apparently, Recruiter's MP5 was actually nerfed. It was too ridiculous, apparently. Apparently, they had, like, transparency literally within the actual aim sight. But you just quickly look at this again and you realise that's still amazing. That's still amazing. So, on the Steam market right now, right, this is currently selling for almost $4. And, of course, in the Rust store right now, this is selling for $4. So, I felt the need to go ahead and quickly talk about that because that might be a big problem for the HellCore MP5. And, of course, the Heatseeker MP5, because I don't think people are going to feel the need to go ahead and buy these if we're about to see this being given away for absolutely free. Now, again, they are part of collections that are brewing and still growing. This is just a one-off skin, so far, I guess you could say. So, perhaps it might... Well, I mean, come on now. People are going to be more than happy to use this, aren't they? Quick look at night time. Let's just aim down. Well, it's somewhat visible. Not super visible, but, yeah, I can just about see that. But again, during the day, that's where the advantage is. But of course, you know, Heatseeker MP5, I can see that very easily. The colours on this, super handy, super helpful, super visible. So, all right, that's cool. And then, of course, we've already had this talk with the comparison to the HellCore. Unfortunately, it's not that noticeable. You can just about see the body of it, but you can't see the actual sight. So, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. What do you reckon? Are you looking forward to this? Just 2 hours of your time. You should be able to get that for absolutely free. Recruiter, this is an amazing skin. Props to you. So, that might be a bit of a problem for the HellCore MP5. Shall we go ahead and discuss the skins now? Right, and we're back. So, I've only got 30 minutes to go. Let's roll. Let's just remind all of you, we might potentially see the training SKS as well. That could potentially happen. One person did respond to me on Twitter saying, hey, I bought it. And I was like, is that Photoshop? I don't know. But just remember, it's apparently set to appear in the February 4 Swipe Rust store, all right? So it might be the rarest skin for like a week, but then after that, oh, look, it's in the Rust store and suddenly everybody buys it. So try and avoid an egg suit situation. Right then, so let's just go through all the skins. Let's remind you, every single skin except these 3, they're all abnormal. Some very interesting designs, but also do not forget, we're not going to see any collection continuations, most likely until March. Why is that? Let's just quickly explain. So tomorrow, it's just going to be catching up with skins from the past, most likely within the past month on the workshop. But next week, it's going to be the naval update. And all those naval theme skins, pirate theme skins, boat theme skins, you know, the ones that are all submitted like in November time, they're all going to be pushed over to next week, if that makes sense. And then after that, Valentine's. And apparently, the final 2 weeks for February are going to be, well, Lunar New Year. The year of the horse. Lots of horse-themed skins. So for 4 solid weeks, we're not going to see any collection continuations for anything here. Anything new, unfortunately. So, all right, fair enough. Understood. Keep that in mind. But now, of course, let's take a look at all these skins and, you know, consider prices. Pirate Tactical Gloves. I feel very confident with this. 28,000 subscribers, almost 29. If I could just quickly switch over to here, we thought that was going to do between 28 to 33,000 subscribers. It's on the lower end. It's on the lower end of my expectation, but let me tell you this. Over the course of tonight, leading into tomorrow's Rust rotation, I do believe that'll probably go over 30,000. I mean, realistically speaking, it really wouldn't surprise me if it even gets close to about 32. I know for a fact a lot of people are liking the pirate collection at the moment, especially as we get closer to the naval update. But yeah, just get a good look at all that. Let me remind you, all of the tier 3, tier 2 hoodie pants, they did between 40 to 50,000 subscribers. And yet, right now, look at it. Looking good. And yeah, you might see some lower prices, but that's some third-party sites, right? Just to clarify. They are doing very good on the Steam market right now. They've been bought out again. The prices have, like, elevated to a new level. And basically, just remember, Pirate Roadside Gloves, they appeared at a later time. They did about 30,000 subscribers. They have almost quadrupled in price. Now, of course, they have been, like, available for, like, the past 2 years. All right? We'll respect that. But the first ever black tactical gloves we've ever seen, I mean, 30,000 subscribers as well. Slots in perfectly with the set. It has sold significantly less compared to all these other skins. I mean, I can't help but assume it will be like just instantly retaining and instantly being appreciated. Yeah, it might still suffer as we go through March and April with the inevitable Easter dip, but even then, I think that's doing good. So if we're to figure out a price, I'm going to sit here and say $1.20 to $1.70. I do believe that's a great thing to even consider purchasing tonight. So, yeah, I feel like I'm going to go strong. $1.20 to $1.70. Lost Soul Garage Door. If you're aware of all the Twitch drops that are about to appear for February 2026, so February 5 to the 15th, we are aware of 2 brand new Twitch drop garage doors. They are inevitable. Yeah, we should have expected that. And you should anticipate a lot more garage doors. So far this year, we've had 4 Rust doors and 4 garage doors. Yippee. I don't think that's going to stop. I was joking with the possibility that we'd actually see more than 2025, which was 39 in a single year. At the current rate, we're going to see more than 2025. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually do manage to reach 40 garage doors for 2026. Maybe things might change, we shall see, but Facepunch can't stop themselves from accepting them. They just keep adding more and more and more and more and more and more. So, if we're going to see a lot more garage doors, and we're not going to see any more space theme skins for at least a month, I kind of worry for this. Looks amazing, Skin Creator did a fantastic job, awesome look and glow, but is it always going to be in demand? I kind of wouldn't be surprised if this kind of behaves like the Mystic Tree garage door last year. Initially, it did go down in price, but then during the summer, it perked back up again. When times were real bad during the autumn fall seasonal dip, it did drop, but it didn't go below its Rust price. And then after that, oh, it flourished and it worked out lovely. So I wouldn't be surprised if that will still be appreciated. It's just, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some issues. So what am I going to say? I'm going to say 80 cents to $1.20. Lovely looking skin. It's just, I still kind of question it. Okay, here we go. Black Ops. So I'm going to sit here and say this. If you've already bought a bunch of them, because you bought them within those first 10 to 15 minutes where it had the pricing error, 25 cents, of course, right now, its actual price is actually $1.49. I don't think it's going to retain that $1.49 price. Also, let's just remind you, no collection continuation will be made until around March time. But I assure you this, those skin creators, they are consistent, they make quality pieces of work, they make nice looking skins, and people appreciate them. There's a reason why they keep getting acceptances, and just take a look at that like full set there. That's looking good. That's looking nice. And I wouldn't be surprised if initially we're going to have some issues with these, right? But I wouldn't be surprised when we eventually see the tier 2 and the hoodie and pants, the boots and the gloves, and maybe even a jacket. I wouldn't be surprising. I'm losing my tongue here. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually rise up in price and spike in price ever so nice. Yes. So, based on what I'm looking at here, I don't think I want to offer a price for the Black Ops Metal face mask. But if I were, for both of them, I'd say 80 cents to $1.20. But we are expecting quite a lot of those face masks to appear. I'll tell you this. If you generally wanted to pick up some, right, wait at least maybe 2 weeks into February, then look at it again. I won't be surprised if we see a lot of listings on the Steam market. But again, as we roll into March time, if that Black Ops Tier 2 of hoodie and pants are there, they'll be bought out, and it will eventually rise up again. Again, like the best thing to compare to would be Abyss. Abyss Tier 3 starts out being a bit, well, ridiculous with the sales, but then tier 2 comes out and it sells 10,000 subscribers less, hoodie and pants follow. These suffered for a very long time. But eventually, as time went on, because the whole set was actually in demand, they did recover. I feel like the recovery for Black Ops might be a lot sooner than we realise. So, do you want to work around the idea that it might be suffering over the course of the next month? Jump in then. But if you want to try and get a decent barter down, unfortunately, you might run the risk of actually, you might get dumped on pretty badly. That's the issue. More specifically, just with the face mask. With the chest plate, honestly, 80 cents to 120 should be fine. But listen, if you're a guy with like several thousand of these, don't be stupid. Wait till March, because we will see those collection continuations. The skin creators, I feel very confident they'll be making some lovely piece of work, right? So, yeah. Sorry for getting a bit tongue-tied there. But I'm sure you understand, I'm not too worried about this. And I did mention this in a short video. Worst case scenario, you can turn it into cloth. If you bought a bunch of these at 25 cents, I will sit here and say the price of cloth right now, it's like 17 cents. So after tax, 15 cents back. Worst case scenario, you lose 10 cents per face mask. So, okay. If you feel like, you know what, I'll just do 80-cent barter, I'll just leave it be. That's fine. But just be aware you might get dumped on. Right, so, all good. I don't want to keep talking about this because I've got to move on. Sorry if I got a little bit tongue-tied. Let's move. So, Deep Ruby Furnace. Honestly, an amazing looking skin, and it definitely opens the door for a lot more potential deplorables. Sheet metal door, garage door, lockers, storages. I look forward to it. But furnaces, they are not appreciated. What do you mean? Well, let's just quickly switch over to here. Last year, we saw some very interesting designs. We even saw some very interesting charity skins, Twitch drops, kick drops, you name it. 1, 2 skins in the positive, the rest of them not looking very pretty. Now scroll down over to here to 2024. Lots of skins accepted. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 of them are in the positive. The rest of them not looking very pretty. Now, with all due respect, you're a giant shiny purple thing. So maybe it might work out. Being realistic with you, I still expect it to drop off. To play it safe, I'm going to offer 80 cents to $1.20. I feel like that's a perfectly fine approach. Here's hoping we do see some more interesting collection continuations, some more deplorables being made, but you're not going to see it until March. Oh. So, alright, cool. HellCore MP5. I feel like I've illustrated the point. So, when we first saw it, we did make the point of sitting there and saying it's $4. And when I looked at it with its progress, I thought the MP5 was going to do between 17 to 20,000 subscribers. Potentially a lot of people wait till the last second and buy a bunch of them. I don't think that's going to happen now. I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with that Recruiter MP5. I think a lot of people are going to be very, very happy. So let's just switch over to micro522.com. Let's go find that MP5. Let's get that link. There we are. That right there will be given away for absolutely free. The AIM site is absolutely ridiculous. I've already bought a bunch of them for giveaways, so I've got to try and hope that it actually retains its value. But anyway. So with what I see there, honestly, I do expect HellCore collection to continue. People appreciate the actual Heatseeker collection, for example. And as it kept progressing, more investment was put towards it. I'm sure you'd agree with that, right? So if you're with the belief that if we do keep seeing more interesting HellCore skins, and the skin creator did confirm he wants to do Thompson next, all right? Well then, maybe the MP5 won't be so bad. Now just to repeat, that's only done about 19,000 subscribers. Heatseeker did 65,000, but that still worked out. But it didn't have any competition for a while. And now it's got two things to worry about. Let's just quickly switch over to here. Where's that MP5? Let's just see how it's currently holding up. Because I'm sure people are starting to realise now that MP5 from Recruiter is absolutely ridiculous. And nope, still doing a good job retaining its price. Oh look, someone listed 108. Oh, I love other people. Right, there you go. So that's probably going to start going down in price now. That feels like an inevitability. So, yeah, MP5, honestly, I've got nothing against you. It's just more things appeared and now there's trouble. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to do, I think, $2 to $2.50. I feel like that's going to probably dip down to around $3 for a while. And a $2.50 barter probably would be quite all right. So, yep, $2 to $2.50. Black Diamond Backpack. Well, last week, I bigged up the Black Gold Backpack ever so nicely. I sat there and said people appreciate a good black backpack, especially when it's part of a blacker alternative collection. And lo and behold, that's actually retaining quite nicely at the moment. In fact, let's just go to the Steam market, see if you're still holding up quite nicely. What price did you sell for again? $2.49, and this has taken forever to load. Steam market has been a bit odd recently. Well, you're still holding up your $2 price right there, which is nice to see. But with another one appearing, well, kind of put a bit of a damper on you. This also sold more compared to that at a higher price. People do be appreciating the Black Diamond collection, all right? So prices were better just a few weeks back. It has been on a little bit of a decline. But as time goes on, will this recover and will this actually end up in the positive? I kind of would be surprised, but I am expecting some trouble over the course of the next several weeks. So my answer to that would be, I think I'd probably do $1.70 to $2.20. I feel like that's a very appropriate, offer. So yeah, that's cool. The Ultramarine Bed. When I first looked at that, I thought initially it was going to sell that much. It has sold a decent amount, but it's not a ridiculous amount. Now, of course, with beds, we have seen a ridiculous amount of beds being accepted. Ever since they first became available to be skinnable, we've just seen bed after bed after bed after bed, 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 bed. So, is that going to be problematic for you? Probably not, because take a look at the Ultramarine collection right now. Boom. Is the Ultramarine collection struggling? Nope. For a very long time, Ultramarine collection has just been plodding along, just in its own stride. It's enjoying itself. It's got no issues. It's got no problems. I'm very much under the impression that we're going to see some very similar behaviour to what we saw with the locker. Now, over the course of tonight, maybe some more sales might happen. Maybe it's not going to be as perfect as this, but Ultramarine locker initially comes out and it does kind of dip down a bit. So let's just go see how this behaved. So dips down a bit and it just kind of recovers and it's just good. And it dips again during auto fall seasonal dip like most skins. And it just rises, 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 and it's just a-okay. Didn't sell too much. People want it. Price easily goes up. Only 17 listings right now, for example. That's done a-okay. So I'm kind of expecting that the same thing should be expected with the bed. Now, of course, will we see a lot more beds this year? Wouldn't surprise me. We've got Valentines. We've also had, we've got the year of the horse. So we're going to see some horse beds. I'm worried. What are we about to see? I don't want to know. Maybe hay? Okay, that would work. Okay, cool. Anyway, so I am expecting a lot more beds and Easter. Yep, we've never seen an Easter bed. I'm fully expecting that to happen as well. So we should expect a lot more beds, but we should also expect that to still work out quite all right. So what price are we going to offer? I might do $1.20 to $1.80. Yeah, that's probably all right. Yep, $1.20 to $1.80. If I pick up a bunch of them around $2, not going to complain. Hold on to them, sell them during the summer. That should be a nice flip. Yep, I do believe the Ultramarine collection is still holding up very nicely. That is still looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to do a pretty decent price. Now, by all means, if you're feeling more confident, offer more. But yeah, I just kind of want to be a little bit more careful with it. If it does initially get quite a lot of people dumping initially, But again, wait long term, I do believe that will be working out very nicely. So, now we've got 3 regular skins to talk about. 60 cents to 80 cents, boom, done. Sorry to say, but yeah, that's a standard site. Sorry to say, in regards to what I see here, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets lost in the shuffle. I am expecting more handmade LMGs to be produced and accepted. I've got nothing against the collection or anything. It is an in-demand collection. It's just I don't think that's an in-demand weapon. Yeah, if you take a look at all the handmade LMGs as of recent, they're going down real bad, and it's not looking very pretty. So, being realistic with you, you sold a very reasonable amount, but I'm still expecting the worst. Assuming the worst is what I should say. But yeah, I'm just going to do 60 cents to 80 cents. I don't fully trust it. Now, with the Flesh Flare, honestly, I thought Kawi Yowie made like an awesome-looking skin. Yucky, but also unique, stylish in its own way. I want to see like a salvage sword. I want to see like a long sword. Just keep on cleaving, Mr. Kawi Meowie. Anyway, there will be another salvage combat knife tomorrow. How's those combat knives from the previous week holding up? Down 29%, down 50%. Oh, no, that one, never mind. Point still remains. That's down 50, that's down 29. Wouldn't surprise me if this is also down pretty badly. You sold for $2, and right now it's sitting there at, what, $2? Okay, that's not too bad, but the bar is still only like $1.20. Oh, dear. So, yeah, realistically speaking, I just want to play it safe. You didn't sell that much, but I'm also still assuming the worst. 60 cents to 80 cents. Now this, unfortunately, sap skins aren't as reliable as they used to be. And I feel like the best thing to compare to would be Minicopter. Minicopter wasn't exactly a super flashy design, wasn't very, well, what's the word to say? Interesting, but that was by design. It's supposed to be like a scrappy skin. But I can confirm to you, ever since it came out, it hasn't really done super great. Hasn't really done very nicely. It's gone down, and then it's still trending down, 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 down. Now, as of recent, it has been recovering a fair bit, but it's not selling tons every day. Nope, that's not happening. So, yeah, right now, it's sitting here at just over, about $1.20. It's still down in price. I don't think it'll ever recover back up to its Rustore price. And then hopping back over to here, looking at the Meteorite design. Yep, you didn't sell that much. But looking at you, I don't think people are going to appreciate that design. It's metallic. Yeah, the bumps, the gimmick, I go with that. The gimmick's pretty funny. I could imagine an AK and like several other weapons with that style. But I don't think people are going to instantly crave it and desire it and, well, all that. So, yeah, 60 cents to 80 cents. Boom, done. Right then, so let's just quickly address what we have seen. So, in regards to what potentially could be seen tomorrow, it's not going to be Valentine skins, I assure you that. It's going to be a lot of the skins that are submitted like weeks ago. So if I could just go on micro522.com, do you see how we've seen like, oh, I don't know, Temple Tier 2 version 2? Come on now, let's be realistic. It could be all of these other skins that weren't accepted. I could go even further back. I can see many other skins that are submitted. Like we could still see like Glow and Beauty Bed, for example. We could still see like astronaut skins, other space themed skins. Yeah, Elite Crate Tactical Gloves, they could potentially still be accepted. But we could also see like super late picks tomorrow as well. So don't be surprised by that. I should also point out, this past weekend, we did see some non-Valentine skins being submitted. So just to quickly confirm to you, over 250 of these things have appeared. That's a lot. But if I could switch over to here, I can confirm to you, Odyssey decided to do a Sinotype small cards box. You got to know when to hold them. No, anyway, I'm not opposed to that, but what's this box's DLC? We still don't know. Is Face Punch up for it? I mean, I think a lot of people probably bought the recent Neon Small Cards box, but that's got like various different colours, and it does look pretty cool. So, we'll see. I mean, it's perfectly available for tomorrow, as is Hazma Sheet Metal. So, what do you reckon? That garage door is still holding up very nicely, isn't it? Yep, I will have to say that. Because initially, I just wasn't feeling very confident with over 50,000 subscribers. But with all due respect, you're holding up very nicely. Even with a lot of listings, it's still doing very, 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 very good. So if I could just quickly turn on my extensions so I can get a good look at you. Yep, let's refresh. Come on, load up. Steam's been very funny today. I acknowledge it. I'm sure you would have noticed it as well. So yep, here we are. $4 still. I will point out, though, if you have seen all the garage doors that have been submitted, and I did make a short video showcasing them, a lot of anime garage doors have been submitted as well. There's a lot of cute girl garage doors, we'll say, and we do anticipate more with Lunar New Year. So scroll. Yeah, there's a lot of deplorables. Now we've entered the realm of garage doors, and you notice the anime. Witness it. Observe. There's a lot of girl doors. And I would not be surprised in the slightest if we see at least one of them being accepted. Or at the very least, maybe Alistair. We'll see. So, yeah, he'll take away all the attention from that Hazma garage door. Regardless, if that gets accepted, the garage door's going to spike a price. So, could we get a Hazma deplorable set? It's up to Face Punch. So, what's worth currently in the shop? Let's do the Barders first, sir. Let's do the Barders and get that confirmation when we do the Barders and look at the abnormal Barder support. That is looking interesting, is what I'm going to say. So, is there anything else that we need to address? I don't think so. I should point out, I did look at all the collection continuations from the Valentine submissions. Lots of pretty interesting looking designs. Lots of pink, lots of hearts. You get the idea. But now, shall we make an extra special suggestion for the SKS? So there's some problems here. I don't know what price it sold for. Apparently, someone did manage to grab one. Now, I did put out another thing here. He actually, yeah. So if you go to the actual page for itself on the workshop, it says there's free subscribers. Now, I do believe there's other ways to become a subscriber. But by default, when you buy a skin, you automatically become a subscriber of said skin. But if you buy a skin from the Steam market, you can then like manually subscribe. That's the other way I'm aware of. I think there's other ways to do it, but do you understand why I'm confused how this has happened? So somehow, some way, some people, it appears, maybe I'm wrong, they've actually managed to buy this, and that would mean this is also going to become marketable in about 10 minutes. Hedge, maybe you should catch up. Yeah, I probably need to get a move on, but chat, I will sit here and tell you this. It wouldn't surprise me if that's going to sell more than like $2. What I'm trying to say is the price they would have put it in the Rust store would be higher than $2. 100%. But when they do release it in the Rust store eventually for February 4 swipe next week, I wouldn't be surprised if people buy tons of it. Like literal tons of it. Remember the issues with brand new skinnables. The first few skins that get accepted, well, they typically sell a ridiculous amount. You saw it with bits. You saw it with Handmade LMG. Yeah, we saw it the No Mercy Handmade LMG. Kind of saw it, not really with the snow jackets. People kind of avoided that, sort of. But anyway, you get the point. Don't be surprised if when that comes out, tons of them are bought, and as time goes on, Twitch drops, Kick drops, and many more skins follow. And then eventually that very first one, well, probably will suffer. So if I was to offer a price, I'd say at the very least you could probably do $1.50 to $2. But just remember, there will be more. So, shall we go ahead and find out if it's going to happen? Let's now skip ahead. Okay, so, yeah. SKS, are you real? I'm going to focus the tactical gloves, though. It's midnight. Right, come on. Are you real? Tactical gloves, I want to buy order you. Chat, if that SKS is real and it's listed at $100, do not buy it for $100. Do not accidentally make a terrible mistake. Where is it? There we go, right. I've got offer 30 plus cents. Yep, I've offered more than 30 cents USD. Haha. Oh, there you go. Oh, typical. Oh, I've requested too many. Oh no, I just realised my mistake. I'm on the HellCore account. What does that mean? Well, I've offered too much based on how I treat the account. Might have the fastest bar on that one, but I know I'm going to have to remove you. Yeah, I'm going to have to remove you. Right then, so what we're going to do then, Hedge? Well, what I'll probably do now is offer a little bit more, and we'll see if I manage to pick it up at said price. Because at the end of the day, right, if we see those collection continuations, we are happy, all right? Do you know how to be happy, chat? Nope, you've forgotten, haven't you? Damn you, chat. Damn your... Right, let's go request 10 of these. All right. Ultramarine Bed, we haven't got you yet, but we'll find you eventually. SKS, are you real? No, all right, well, apparently not. Okay, I'm looking at you, Furnace. Let's be real here. I kind of expect some problems. Only going to request 10. I can't believe I fumbled that bar order, though. You forgot how you're treating the account, Hedge. You forgot how you're treating the account. Ooh, almost buying too many there. All right, then. Okay, we've got the MP5. Hello, MP5. How you doing? I don't have anything against you, MP5. I just feel like realistically you're going to probably have some problems eventually as time goes on. But a decent barder is a decent barder. Hello, backpack. How you doing? Alright, so what are we suggesting? That. Okay. So have I done all the barders now? It appears I have. Cool. Right then. What we'll do is we'll skip ahead and we'll look at the abnormal barder support and we'll question if we want to put down some decent barders. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours. Was it real? Did we actually see it happen? I mean, like, if you're watching this video now, you probably saw the short video being posted. Was it real? Well, why does it say nope? Was it based on the fact that we didn't see it and then we saw that instead? Or was I saying nope because the price went down super cheap very quickly and lots of listings started to appear? Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real. Okay, so let's just quickly explain what happened. In fact, why don't I go ahead and show you what happened? We'll see how things progress from here, but at the moment, it's looking pretty sweet. Let's go. Oh my god! So yeah, I kind of like jumped. Yeah, I was just talking about sandbox stuff. If you're wondering what on earth were you looking at, sandbox, yay. So yeah, you can see other things with that. But let's focus Rust Hedge. Okay. So back over to here, as you can see, someone actually listed it. Someone listed it at $300, and someone bought it. So let's just quickly go over the details. First of all, who bought it? It was K13, you fool. He thinks he can flip it for more. I don't think he has enough time. So because he's bought it from the Steam market, 7-day cooldown. But with the February Foresight Rust Store, February 5, 2026, we are guaranteed to see that. Facepunch said they are going to add it for that Rust Store, considering the weird situation that happened. Okay, understood. But how many people here are actually going to be fully well aware it's not actually rare? Or rather, it won't be rare. For the next week, it is the rarest skin in the game. It only had up to 3 subscribers. I don't know if there's another one out there, but potentially. Now, if one of them just sold for $300, does that mean the other person can list theirs at twice the amount and potentially see a sale? Well, I advise you don't do that. Because like I said, it's going to appear, not in tomorrow's Rust Store, but the next Rust Store after that. The February Foresight Rust Store with the naval update. We'll have naval theme skins, pirate skins, boat skins, you get the idea. But that'll be there as well. And then after that, there will be more SKSs. Like, I've seen a lot of SKS skins being submitted for Valentines. We also happen to see the Heatseeker SKS. There's a lot of collections that I'd like an SKS. There's a lot of holiday things coming up. Lunar New Year, the Year of the Horse. A horse SKS. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but right, anyway. So, yeah, that was a big surprise. I honestly thought it was going to happen. I had the link up just in case, but, well, the way I approached it is I did a lowball buy order because this is still the first skin for the SKS. And if you know about brand new skinnables, oh, like I said, there's a lot more SKSs that have been produced. There will be a lot more being accepted. There'll be Twitch drops. There'll be kick drops. There will be problems with that. Because seeing these high buy orders, let's just switch over to here so you can see for yourself. Seeing these high buy orders, people look at that and think, oh my goodness, I could quickly buy one and sell it as soon as possible and make $20 profit. No, because people will be faster than you. I assure you, people will be faster than you. And also, if you're plotting to do a very high buy order, you actually have a whole week. You have a whole week that you can remove it because everyone who buys it from the Rust Store, well, they won't be able to sell theirs instantly, will they? There's still a 7-day cooldown. So I get the feeling a lot of very naughty people are going to start teasing people with like a $50 barter and whatnot. And when the time is about to appear, when they all become marketable, they'll remove the barter. Don't be fooled by this, all right? So just to reiterate, it's not worth more than like $3 at the moment, right? Do not fall for this, okay? Please be aware. Don't do a barter because it hasn't even actually come out properly. And I wouldn't be surprised if it does a lot of sales. The first ever SKS skin in an actual proper Rust Store for the actual proper 7-day duration, it will sell a lot. You know it will, okay? So don't be fooled into doing a big fat barter and whatnot. You could do a decent one right now if you want to. But yeah, it's already happened, so it's a guessing game. If we see tons of SKSs, it really wouldn't surprise me if we do, okay? So many people have been begging for that to become skinnable. Well, lo and behold, it's happened. So, all right then. That was one big surprise, but of course the main focus today was all the other skins in the Rust Store. Or rather, you know, actually in the Rust Store. Ta-da! So let's just refresh. Do we have prices here yet? Nope, but we do have them here. Oh, wow. What happened there? Well, it wasn't really surprising, was it? We'll talk about that in a second. So, prices are looking pretty sweet. How about we go ahead and take a look at all those skins? So, back over to here. Pirate Tactical Gloves. They are selling for $2 in the Rust Store. They have barders going over $2. They have like 50 barders above $2. Yeah, I think that's a pretty nice looking skin, don't you? yes, it's a great thing to consider buying. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes over 33,000 subscribers. I really wouldn't. Yeah, that's looking perfect. So that's got almost 1,600 barders, plenty of them above $1, plenty of them pushing up to $2, plenty of them above $2. Like, yeah, it's a $2 skin. Look at it. That's definitely retaining its price. So here's hoping it still actually manages to go up even higher. It still has sold a lot. It might not be an instant, huge, massive profit, but I expect it to retain quite nicely for the foreseeable future, all right? So, yeah, no, that's a great thing to consider. This right here, though, a bit more questionable. I've got nothing against with, like, the design. That's, like, totally fine there. It's just, yeah, we're going to see more garage doors. Also, Jose, I'll talk more about that in a bit. I just saw your message. Chat, help him out in the chat. So anyway, with what we see here, awesome looking skin. It also did sell a lot, though. And, well, I'm sorry to say, there will be more garage doors. There will be a lot more garage doors. Like, I fully expect at least a decent amount of those Valentine's garage doors to be accepted. I mean, how many can you really accept? All the anime ones. Anyway, so yes, I'm expecting some goofy, silly skins to be accepted fairly soon. Also the Twitch shops, also the Lunar New Year skins. Like, I'm gonna ask you, right, right, look at me, viewer, look at me, right? Do you think someone's gonna do an anime horse scale for a garage door? What a world we live in. So that might be a problem. How many people are gonna do it? How many would be accepted? How many would be bought? Anyway, so I think people might prefer that over an astronaut. Well, he's a skeleton. True, but horse scale. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. But yes, I don't think that's retaining its price. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think you're better off with like a $1.50 barter. If you genuinely wanted to buy a bunch of these, I think you could just put like a solid $1.70 barter, maybe $1.80. As time goes on, with more and more garage doors appearing, it really wouldn't surprise me if you pick up a bunch of them. So, all right, cool. Totally up to you. Now, so the situation with this. At the moment, the amount of listings have, like, calmed down, but there's still a lot. We're not going to see any Black Ops skin, bare minimum, for a month, okay? We are not going to see... I mean, we might see a weapon tomorrow. That could happen. But we're not going to see any clothing pieces, any other armor pieces for a whole month, bare minimum. Do you think the people that own these skins are gonna be patient? I have doubts. I do believe the price will probably be, well, it wouldn't surprise me if it does slowly go down to about 50 cents. So if you did manage to buy a whole bunch of these at 25 cents each, hey, you're already winning. I'm already winning. But you want to wait until we see those collection continuations, okay? That's where the actual profit happens. That's when we actually see lovely bits of profit. However, here's something we didn't really consider. When we see those continuations, how many people are going to start listing their skins? I still expect it to be better. Here's hoping. So, yeah, not surprised by that, but hey, that's not too bad. It is below its $1.49 price, but well, you know what, let's just quickly switch back over to here, all right? So, in theory, we thought like a good 10 to 15,000 were bought within those 15 minutes. That's got to be about half. Half the sales happened. This also did sell quite a lot, though. How many of you actually exist? Although I should point out they have been doing a bit of cleanup, as you'll see over to here. Some of these people have disappeared, and well, you've become public apparently. So, again, I feel like, you know, if we see more of it, it's an in-demand collection. It's progressing very nicely. Yeah. If you've made some sweet, delicious profit over the course of the next month, honestly, probably wouldn't be too bad of a shout to go grab a bunch of these if you want to. Because I do believe they will be above $1 once we start seeing those collection continuations. Also, chestplate, you're doing all right. Can't complain about you. You're doing A-okay. Like, that very likely might turn into a pretty interesting investment because, well, how do I put it this way? I kind of wouldn't be surprised this springs up and goes up very nicely up in price, whilst this might be just a bit funny. Who knows how much the Tier 2 and the hooded pants would sell as well. Let's not forget what happened with the Abyss collection. Tier 3 initially sells a lot, but Tier 2, hooded pants, they appear like 2 months later. People aren't as eager, and well, look at what happened. So, I don't know. It's up to you. But that's also looking pretty solid. But considering that right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it does have a bit of a funny time. It wouldn't surprise me, but it probably goes down to like literally $1.50. We'll see. We'll see. So that's funny, but we're expecting it. Not too bad based on what we see right now. But again, by tomorrow, could it be worse? We'll see. So, okay, cool. Ultramarine Bed. I'm going to sit here and tell you this right now. I am contemplating it. Will this go down in price? Wouldn't surprise me. Over the course of the next several weeks, we do expect around March and April time a lot of skins to suffer. But right now, prices are still good. And I look at you and I question, you know what? Might not be too bad of an idea to probably jump onto that. I think at $2.49, I might actually jump in because with all the bars as we see here, and I am one of them, I believe in this one. Yep. I don't think that's going to go down below $2 anytime soon, which would mean it's very likely to retain its price. And it hasn't sold that much. I might go grab a sneaky 50 and see what happens afterwards. That is looking interesting. Will Ultramarine collection always remain in demand? Will we see a lot more deplorables? Time will tell. Black Diamond Backpack. I expect it to dip for a bit, but I expect it to recover quite nicely eventually. So how do I explain this properly? Over the course of the next several weeks, you will dip. I believe you'll go below $3. It'll be looking pretty bad for a while, but then after that, we start cruising through May time, enjoying ourselves around June time. Here's hoping we don't see another dip like last year. And then, of course, July, August, it really wouldn't surprise me if that potentially pushes up to like $4. Black diamond skins, they are appreciated. Their prices go up. Oh, no, sorry, I didn't finish, sorry. So if we're looking at this, again, I still think it's going to end up at around $2, like close to it. And if you've done a $2 barter right now, I think you're totally fine with that. If you're trying to beat some of these people, maybe offer like a $2.15 barter or something like that. I mean, it's totally up to you. But like I said, I can imagine that dropping off a fair bit. In comparison to the rest of its skins, so let's just switch back over to here. I didn't mention this earlier because I was in a bit of a rush. As you'll see, the gloves and the boots are the ones that have sold the least compared to all the other skins. 11,200, 11,900. Backpack has done 16,000, and there's very likely to be more over the course of the next like 20 or so hours. And if I could just look at the tier 3. Tier 3, well, you have done like 19 to 20,000 subscribers. Tier 2's basically the same. Hoodie Pants did 26,000. Still went up in price, even though sold quite a lot more compared to the rest of these skins. I think you actually will be recovering quite alright. It's just that initial period, we're going to go through that dip. So I do believe eventually you will work out. Stick with that $2-ish price. A little bit more if you're going to try and grab more. You've got to wait until the summertime to really get some sales in. So, alright, cool. Harper back over to here. HellCore MP5. I was actually like looking forward to this day. But then we see that Recruiter MP5. And I got so confused because I was told it was much better than what we originally saw. But it's just the extra little bit of transparency in the middle. The current version is still absurd. The current version, in comparison with the Heat Seeker and, of course, the HellCore right here. Oh, I kind of feel like that's going to kind of kill off some of the buying power, or what's the word to say? The interest of people wanting to buy it. Now, of course, as time goes on, I did say, well, if we do see collection continuation still appear, you know, the weapons are still holding up quite nicely. Thompson at some point, looking forward to it. What about a revolver and a Python and an LR300 and various other weapons? What about a transparent aim sight SKS? Ooh. So if we do see things like that and people start to appreciate the whole collection, you very likely will hold up quite nicely. You haven't sold an absurd amount, but you're a high price and there's still 20,000 of you in circulation, bare minimum. So, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. Flexi, I am recording. So in regards to what we see here, well, I think you're better off, like if you generally wanted to pick up a bunch of these, $3 should be fine. How low will you go though? Because I did say $2 to $2.50, and there's a lot of support there. Look at all of that. Lots of bars. Again, it's that next month of just sitting here and waiting and waiting and waiting and just sitting there and staring at it. A lot of these people do tend to be very impatient. It wouldn't surprise me if you start to slip. And I think the Heat Seeker's starting to slip as well, because someone listed over 100 listings. In fact, I'll show it to you right now. Let's go over to here. So if we just switch over to the Heat Seeker MP5 right there, front page, and oh, there you go, 109 listings. It's still above its retail price, but you're not helping anybody. You're not helping yourself either. So yeah, things like that are going to start happening, and then we deal with the issues. Lovely. So yeah, solid $3 barter. I expect it to do A-OK. but I'm happy with my my $2.50 barter. And then over to here with the Deep Ruby Furnace. So honestly, I've got nothing against you. You do look cool. It's just I don't trust furnaces anymore. I actually went and grabbed some of those UFO furnaces, you might recall, with a very good barter. That's half in price. And the Ghost Furnace that did 70,000 subscribers. Oh yeah, that's retaining its price right now. What? So something that sold absolutely absurd numbers is doing better than one that sold like more than half as much. I don't like furnaces. But hey, if you like that, by all means, buy it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep we'll put nice creative designs in the future. Here's hoping we do see a very interesting looking sheet metal door, double doors, garage doors, you name it. I think a lot of people would love to have like a lovely looking purplish sort of base. An amethyst base, that'd be cool, that'd be cool. So, alright. Honestly, with that, if you truly wanted to grab a bunch of them, again, like a $1.50, maybe a $1.70 barter. It wouldn't surprise me if you do manage to pick up a bunch of them. Here's hoping we do see collection continuations. I played it lowball here with this account. And did I do a second barter in you? I don't remember. I might need to hop back onto that and find out. So, alright, cool. So, yeah, there you go. That is that rust door. And this skin as well. Pretty ridiculous, isn't it? What a strange thing that happened. But, hey, it's funny. Here's hoping it doesn't happen again, though. So, I warn you, once again, that SKS, don't buy it for $300. But people won't listen. People will still buy it, won't they? Yep. So, alright, cool. What record will be accepted tomorrow? I honestly have zero clue. So, switching over to here. Let's go to the workshop. Do we have, like, Hedge here with his collections? I didn't make one this week because, of course, we have Valentine skins. Do we see a dancing Hedge? I just saw something I shouldn't have seen. Don't worry. But that's not what we're looking for. I assure you, that's not what we're looking for. There he is. So basically, a lot of skins that appeared in this batch, all of them potentially could be accepted. There's some very nice looking skins right there. Or, you know what? It could be the week after that, week before that, or the week before that, or the week before that. There's so many stupid pictures of me. It's a nice collection. But yeah, look at all these skins over to here. Like, could we see Saber-tooth Tiger Skeleton Bearskin Rug? That'd be cool. But we also saw an interesting Valentine's one recently. Who knows? What about Fridgebot? Fridgebot! We'll see, okay? So, who knows? But it's going to be like late picks and very likely some super late picks. So we'll see how it all goes. And yeah, that's a wrap. So nothing new's really been mentioned over to here. Player count, fine. No complaints. And of course, keep an eye out with the Twitch drops. I believe I have every single skin except 2. Yeah, every single skin except 2. So I did show that off on my stream. I'll very likely maybe give you a nice preview with the rust rotation tomorrow. But yeah, I can confirm that MP5 apparently is complete and perfectly fine, based on what Face Punch has said. Madness. So once again, if you want to be aware of like all the interesting collection continuations for Valentine's that we saw, consider giving this a good watch. And just like to confirm as well, apparently the SKS was set at $2, which kind of is a surprise to me. Perhaps they didn't actually like properly add in the price and whatnot. Maybe they quite literally fat fingered and added it to Rust without looking. Again, the default price for a weapon is $2. It wouldn't surprise me if they list that at $3 next week. So we'll see. Right then, so that is it. That's pretty much everything that needs to be said. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best luck to each and every single one of you. And yeah, have a good one.